Hey guys, how's it going? Philip here with Trade Genius, and I wanted to do basically a Bitcoin $15,000 update. Price has been pretty remarkable price action, and right now everybody's thinking it's getting way too toppy and it's getting ahead of itself. So I wanted to show you guys kind of some perspective as far as that's concerned, and we can kind of look at where we're at right now and kind of take a further step back. So why don't we do that? So on the 4-hour chart, basically this is a new price channel that we drew, and we were talking yesterday about how our 4-hour indicator was long. This actually flipped to an exit, and this was after we had some volume on the 4-hour that basically was commensurate with where we see tops or consolidation periods. So we had the volume that shows whenever we get into like a consolidation mode or a little bit of downward drift, right, like that. And right now we've been up, consolidate, up, consolidate, up. I thought we'd probably get into some consolidation in here, and basically Asia just took it higher, and London took it. Asia consolidated a bit. Then toward the close of Asia, it came up, and then London broke it out. Asia broke it out toward the end of their session, and then London just took it and ran. Right now we're heading into almost 5 a.m. Eastern, and this is where London really tends to have the most buying. So we're going to see what happens here around this price channel. And just for some perspective, this was the price channel I drew. It's young, so we're going to see if we get a bounce off of this. If we do, that's going to lock in that price channel, I think, for a bit. However, to put things into perspective, this was the old price channel over here that we were locked in for a real long time. Let me turn this off real quick. All right, and I mean, that was steady for months, and then we broke out of it. And this area here, I was like, hey, I think we're starting to get to another phase. We're going to bust out, and we did. We had a pullback. Then we got into this price channel, and then we got into this price channel. So it looks kind of crazy in that respect, and we'll look at that as far as how it looks as far as when the moves start to go straight up, we call that a parabolic move. And so we're going to look at that here pretty quick on where we're at as far as that's concerned. If you look at the 4-hour, obviously we're toppy like we were here, but you notice when we got toppy there at the 4-hour, we consolidated and moved higher. This condition can stay embedded like over here. We were considered overbought, but sometimes what happens is if it stays like that, basically what that means is you're in a trend, and the trend can go up. Then what you look for is like we had here, and that was reflected on that 4-hour volume where you have a big move. That usually tells you that time to take a break. Haven't seen that yet at this point, guys. Right now at the 4-hour volume, if you look at the 4-hour volume right now, I'm not seeing anything explosive. We did take a little pause in a doji here after this move here, which I thought would last longer, but it did not. So, and I'm not seeing any bearish divergence either on the 4 hours. So this has room to run, guys. There's a lot of momentum behind this move, and the buying has been pretty voracious. So taking out some fib targets. We'll probably, here's the next one, is 15,063 and 15,327. By the time you guys see this video, those might be taken out. So again, I think, yes, we are in a condition where you could look at it, different charts and different time frames and say we're overbought. However, you also have to recognize when you're in a solid trend, and you start looking at getting into like where the move starts to go straight up and down parabolic. So in that regard, let's look at the weekly chart here. Weekly chart actually still isn't really overbought either, nor do I see any bearish divergences at the moment. So what I would look for is if this broke this parabolic curve line, and we broke, so in this weekly bar this week, if we broke above 19,300, that would probably overheat price action, and we'd probably see some sort of pullback off of that. If we grind into this, once we get up into this level, but you're talking 40,000 plus, and yes, I know that seems like a lot, but 40,000 plus, it just depends on the pace and the velocity of this move. You break through this curve, this parabolic curve, and you have a higher chance of a blow off and a pullback. this could last 2 to 3 more weeks. We've had if you notice here, we've crossed over. That can always, when you have a crossover like that, it can always lead to more upside over the course of the next couple of following weeks. Like here and here, you can see there's like a couple, 3 more weeks of movement up. So there's still room to run, guys. Just wanted to point that out. And price action's wild. I'm not going to lie. Very, volatility is pretty high, but the buying is just tremendous. So we'll update things as they progress. Right now, it's kind of all about the BTC, and it's outperforming everything else in crypto land. So until the next video, guys, I'm out. But if you're interested in the indicator we showed you in the 4-hour, links below for that. And we'll get you an update as things progress over the next day or so with Bitcoin. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you guys like what we're doing. We really appreciate that. All right, until next time, see you later. Bye.